past weekend, you were a part of a pretty historic moment in women's hockey. You were on-air broadcaster for the PWHPA when they played in New Jersey on Saturday, and then of course at the legendary Madison Square Gardens on Sunday. What was that like, and can you tell everybody about your experience?
Yeah, absolutely. It was surreal. It was like a pinch me moment. As I posted on my Facebook, I was very nervous and excited, and upon arriving, just just feeling all the emotions and letting it settle in. And then when the moment came where I was in the booth with Kenny Albert and my amazing producer, Caitlin Urka, who walked me through all the steps and the things that I was going to be hearing in my ear. And, the first time ever doing something, just being thrown in there and just seeing how you do. It was exciting and hella terrifying. So you can wrap all those emotions up, but it was honestly like a career highlight to see all my friends and girls that I've grown up with and people that I've played with and against. It was just so cool to be a part of that history that was made.
That's awesome. Yeah, I can say just you did not look nervous or sound nervous at all. I was like, dang, she sounds really good for doing this the first time. I'd be like, who's that again? I would be so confused. But you did not
Oh,
seem nervous at all. Cause like I know it, like when you're watching it, especially on CBC, like we didn't see you. So like we didn't really get to see anything. And then, you could just hear it. And I was like, she sounds so confident in what she's saying. I was like, this is amazing. It was so good.
oh, I appreciate that. There have been so many friends and family that were texting me, even like during the game, in between periods, telling me that you got this, don't worry, take a deep breath. Because I needed backup. Like I needed those people to come through and give me that motivation to help me realize that I deserve to be there and that I was, strong and powerful. I can speak with confidence. And it definitely didn't come from just me. I had a lot of help.
That's good. It's always nice to have like that support system, those people that are like, girl, what are you nervous for? You go keep talking. Like
Oh,
stop
yeah.
texting me your nerves. I don't want to hear that. You're fine. Keep
Yep.
keep doing it. So what was
Oh,
it
yeah.
like when you were able on Sunday night at Madison Square Garden? What was it like being able to speak directly to Billie Jean King? Like that must have been incredible.
Yeah, it was so incredible because I know how instrumental she has been over her entire years of playing and then now retiring, how big she's been in our sports field and community for women especially. It was powerful to just sit there and talk to her, and she's just also really cool for an older lady. So you just want to be your friend and ask her as many questions as you humanly possibly can fit in. And we definitely didn't get everything in there because the game was happening at the same time during the second period, but it was an honor to be able to just sit down and talk to her.
Right. She was very talkative, and I like that the interview kept going, even though the game had started again. I was like, yes, I want to hear all of what she has to say because I haven't really heard too much of her speak directly. I've seen like quotes and things from the foundation, but I was like, that's really nice because I know there's probably a lot of young girls watching this who are probably like, oh, I don't know too much about her. So I thought that was really important
Yeah.
to keep that conversation going. So also, you were a part of it was not a really big event in terms of being like widely known to a lot of people, but the Willie documentary, I think it
Mm.
was sponsored by the US Department of State. And I know an aspect of Canada was involved in getting that screening done globally through a Zoom call. And you were on the call with Willie, you were on there with Anson Carter, you were on there with the producer. I think his name is it Brian was the co-producer?
Bryant McBride.
There we go, Brian McBride. He was on the call. So explain what that was like being able to be a part of that call.
Um, it's really something that I never thought when I was younger that I'd be a part of this upper echelon group of strong Black individuals in the sport that are all well connected and we all support each other. And so to be on that call and to be asked to participate and share my experiences alongside Willie, moderated, like you said, by Anthony Carter with the creator, Brian McBride, it's just, again, just these feelings of just happiness and feeling like the tides are shifting and the world is listening and people are starting to understand. And yeah, all I can say is anytime I'm on a phone call with Willie, it's great to be there.
Right. I can say for somebody, because I was able to be a audience member, and I was like, yeah, I get to see Willie talk. This is awesome. And like,
Yeah,
he was so good at Zoom. He's what, 87? And he was just on there
yeah,
by himself, handled
yeah,
everything. I was like, well, look at him. He was such a like light in that conversation. And I like that
yeah.
he's so consistent in the things that he says. Like, people ask him like, well, what is your advice to young people who are trying to learn? And
Hmm.
he's like, put your mind to it and do it. Like, what else do you need me to tell you? He's just like, just do
Yeah,
it. Like, there is no other way.
yeah. He's so positive. He's always thinking about the positive, and I think sometimes we focus so much on the negatives, the bad things that are happening, the words that we're saying, and it's like, no, we really just want to share our story and inspire the younger generations and even the people now that are taking the time to listen. That's what it's all about.
Right, exactly. So now that you are back in LA, how has it been, that little speedy transition from on-air broadcast and now you got to put the scouting hat back on? Like, how is that going?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was actually talking to our player personnel director, Nelson Emerson, who's my direct supervisor in the scouting department. And he was like, is there anything you can't do? And I was like, well, I have a few games that I'm behind on that I need to catch up. And the great thing about it is that we're all such great teammates and we can support each other in that way. And he was wishing me luck, and everybody from broadcast with the Los Angeles Kings, Alex Faust and Jim Fox and Daryl Evans, and all of these people were reaching out to me, giving me tips and feedback. So it felt good to just come home and get that welcoming and congratulations from my LA Kings family. And then yeah, it's just back to what I'm supposed to be doing right now, which is scouting AHL hockey and growing the game out here in Southern California.
That's incredible. And then can you also walk people through what it is like to be a diversity and inclusion specialist? Like your day to day, like what type of tasks do you have to do for that role?
Yes, well, it varies from day to day, especially this past year with the pandemic and all the restrictions and protocols that we've had. Ideally, it's me connecting with the community and engaging with them and speaking to them and creating programs and partnerships with other organizations within Los Angeles that can directly plug us and our mission and our voice and what we want to those programs. And then giving opportunity to the youth that think that hockey might be something that they're interested in or being a fan of. So in general, that's what it is. But here lately, it's been a lot of Zoom calls and school talks, and we had future goals and STEM panels, and we have the Alliance LA where we're working with all 11 professional teams in Los Angeles, talking about leveling the playing field and creating professional and athletic academic guidance to our younger generation.
Mhm.
So it's kind of just like a whirlwind of daily tasks, and everyone in the Los Angeles Kings organization has a task, and everybody does such a great job at it. And I just feel like I kind of just like plug in a few ideas here and there and direct conversations or add this pillar to say, hey, listen, if you want to be it, just take a look here because we're doing it right now.
That's incredible. So what would be your advice to somebody that may be watching and may, be involved in the hockey world, but they're like, hey, I don't want to play professionally, but I still want to stay connected. What would your advice be to somebody who might want to get involved with a diversity and inclusion role or a scouting role?
Yeah, I would say study the things that you're interested in. So if you know that like you said, that you don't necessarily want to play in the NHL, that's absolutely fine. There are so many mentorships out there and internships out there that you can find within the sports field, ways that you can gain experience and make connections and network within whatever you're interested in. I would say to look into that, because that's going to ultimately get you in the door. And right now we're in a good spot to where we're looking for diversity. We're looking for people that are passionate, that are well versed in a particular sport or subject, that can add value to us. So do your homework, right? Get out there, be yourself and be great.
Right. That's awesome. So before we wrap up, can you tell our audience where they can follow you on social media?
Oh yeah, you can follow me anywhere really. My Instagram handle is Sport Blake. And then my Twitter, Sport Blake, everything's Sport Blake really. So you can follow me, or you can go on my website, blakebouldin.com, if you have any questions, comments, concerns. And if you want to get a BB signature stick line stick, pre-sale ends March 10th, which is my birthday. If you want to get your hands on a beautiful twig created by me, go for it.
Yes, we are definitely going to be linking that in the comment section so people can go directly to it and see how incredible that stick is, because it is beautiful. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
Of course. It's so good to see you.
Thank you. You as well.